Hello and welcome to another episode of the Regulation Podcast. My name is Geoff Ramsey, and with me, as always, Nick Schwartz, Eric Badur, Gavin Free, and Andrew Penn. It is 2025, boys.
Oh my God.
Probably been 2025 for a little bit since we recorded this early, but this is the first time I've talked to you all in about 10, well, aside from spam texting and slacking you all work ideas and stuff over the last week. It's the first time I've talked to you guys this year. How's everybody doing?
I'm sick, but I'm good.
Good.
How are you?
Well, I'm not sick.
That's
I'm
good.
Yeah. What's wrong with you?
I just have like a cold or like chest infection or something, but I'm good.
How about the other two?
Oh, I muted so he could sync.
It was just like, yeah, I mean, we can sync, we can just go. I thought we were fine. I wouldn't worry about it. We could do like a tail sync, but also if Nick wants us to sync, we can.
Have drift. Let's go ahead and sync.
All right, let's go ahead and sync.
Andrew.
I was getting there.
5, 4,
3, 2, 1. Do you think that stays in? Like that's how the episode goes? Is like there's a sync in it?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, why not?
Somebody remind me at the end to tell you a funny little thing that just happened, but not till the end of the episode.
I said I was getting there when I clicked mute. I was like, I'm not talking to anyone.
All right, let me go back. Let me roll back. What about the other two? How was your holiday?
Bloody lovely.
Nice.
Wow.
What made it so lovely?
Oh, new year, new me. I've decided instead of 2% milk, I'm a 1% guy now. That's about it.
Oh, what?
Why?
Wow.
You just want watery milk?
I just can't really taste the difference when it's in a lovely little cap.
Oh, well, there you go.
Oh, Nick says he's still on whole milk.
Yeah, baby.
Wow.
You're putting 1% milk in like espresso?
Yeah, is that wrong?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know that it's right. That seems like not enough fat to get.
Yeah.
You might as well just be you're like a step away from drinking an Americano, man.
Oh.
You're really close. And then that is really close to having a London fog or whatever Nick's pick was. So I'm just saying, be careful. Tread lightly in 2025.
Yeah.
Should we do a blind taste test with 100 people? One is a 1% cappuccino and one is an Americano. See if they can tell the difference.
Yeah.
You may not have been able to tell the difference, Gavin, but we've all noticed a difference in you. So it's okay. It's been a change.
Oh, yeah?
We did a heist today, and we kind of came clean to Gavin that we were worried about his oxygen intake again because it's been a lot of Gavin saying something, getting confused about what he's saying, and then saying what.
The audience has definitely noticed it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, thankfully they're just like, no, it's fine. He's just aging, which I think, I definitely am in a mental decline.
Dude, it's real. And it's only going to get worse once it starts. I can't remember shit about shit. It sucks.
I say this completely lovingly, Gavin. Gavin did something so stupid in a recording we did recently.
Oh, this is good because one of my notes today is defend myself.
Okay, that's perfect.
That's his New Year's resolution. I'm not taking any more shit from you people. It's 1% milk and self-defense.
I gotta make a note. Make sure to bring up on the podcast. Defend myself.
Well, because Andrew yesterday said I'm gonna make a note about this, and I just wrote my own note. Defend self.
What I'm about to say has nothing to do with that.
Oh,
I
shit.
only
Hold
said
on.
that to put you in defensive mode.
Defend myself again. All right.
This is unrelated. This is a different thing. Gavin did something. We're filming a GTA thing, and it was so dumb that I wanted to watch it later, and I realized he didn't upload any of his footage. And so I had to ask him to upload all of his footage so I could watch his dumb thing. And it brought me so much joy. I watched it, made a note of when it happened in his video file, and then went to his separate audio file to just listen to you trying to do the thing.
What? Get out of my files. You're perverting on all my secret files.
It's great. Oh, it brought me so much joy. You have some oxygen levels you need to fix.
You're a digital peeper.
This is something you do. You do this, Gavin.
Yeah,
it's just happening to
He
you
learned
now.
from you.
Yeah, by watching you.
What did I do on?
Yeah, what was the thing that he did, Andrew?
He had to solve a puzzle, and it's a puzzle that I don't
was
think
hacking the
anyone's ever
mainframe.
failed fully.
That was
And
insane.
he failed fully.
Well, here's the thing, right? It's process of elimination. So you attach 4 things to 4 random other things, and you see what sticks. So if one of them's right, you only have to attach 3 things to 3 other things.
Uh-huh.
But I put 4 in.
Yeah.
All of them were wrong. Back to square one. I think I did it again, and they were all wrong.
You did.
And then I only had 1 attempt, and it locked me out.
No, you did it. So it was 4 attempts, and the problem was you did it in such an insane way that you, I think, put one of them in the same place 3
I did.
times in a row.
I was getting all worked up.
It was insane.
Come on.
What?
Yeah.
It was a huge mistake by Gavin, but yeah.
Is this one of the OG heists, or is this a DLC heist?
Doomsday. It was part of Doomsday.
Yeah, he might have already done this before too.
Oh, he definitely did.
Oh,
100%.
We
big
talked
time.
about how he'd done it before, and he still fucked it up so bad it blew the whole mission. It was crazy.
I think what we could do is play the original time I did it next to this time and see. I bet it took over twice as long.
Oh, it'd be so funny to see your original footage.
I don't know what to do about it. My windows are open. You know, it's cold out. There's no cats in here. I've got nothing to blame it on other than my own just aging head.
Maybe you should start taking Prevagen. I see commercials for it on TV. It's supposed to
What's
help
that?
improve your memory.
Oh,
It's for old people.
I see commercials for it on TV. It's the Geoff's doctor recommended advice.
It's just everything, all medicine is advertised on TV now, and I see this fucking Prevagen ad all the time. It's #1 pharmacist recommended supplements for your brain. You see a bunch of old ass people like in their 70s and their 80s. They're like, I can remember to tie my shoes now or whatever. That could be you.
that's got a worse name for what it is. It starts with pre-vag. It just sounds like
I think it's like prevent aging is kind of what they're going
Oh.
oh, that makes total
for.
sense.
By the way, this is not sponsored by Prevagen. I'm sure that drug is bullshit. That was purely for the comedy. We're
But
not.
if Prevagen is listening, we will take your money. I have no
But
problem
if you
want to
go to the website and enter code FACE for 10% off.
Face you wow, dude, we're using the old show name on
Dude,
this.
I still, every time I do an ad for fucking regulation, I always have to say FACE for some reason. I feel
You
like.
might want to start taking Prevagen, man.
I'm surprised that they say what it is because I don't know if it's a Canadian thing with like how pharmaceutical commercials can work, but they never say what the actual pill is for. They always edit around it.
Oh, they fucking hammer it up your dick hole in America.
Yeah.
Well, I think the US and New Zealand are like the only countries you could do it.
Interesting. Because here it'll be like, oh, you're taking this? It's good for, and then like a grinder will start. Like there will constantly be some sort of audio thing that is preventing you, the person listening, to know what it is. And then it's just like, Prevagen, talk to your doctor about it.
So they can like just cut certain things out to make it legal.
I don't know if it's a liability thing or if it's just like one specific drug is doing this as a thing. But yeah, I see commercials frequently of like a drug thing that isn't.
Well, maybe that's one of the symptoms. Maybe some people think about angle grinders every time someone says something important.
Mm.
It could be. Gavin has actually brought me a lot of joy recently in gaming. To some extent, he doesn't know.
Oh, shit.
It's been a whole process recently. Has anyone played Marvel Rivals here?
No.
I played one match.
Yes, I played it a bunch.
I know it's been extremely popular, so I wanted to check it out. And when you go to play Marvel Rivals, you immediately get hit with a screen that says, hey, you need a nickname for yourself. And I'm pissed about it. I'm not happy. I went to put in my nickname. Obviously, I went with Johnny Caviar. Somebody's taking it. Somebody's Johnny Caviar. I don't have Johnny Caviar.
That's messed up. What
That's
the
real
hell?
messed up. I was like, oh, I have to put in a nickname? That's fine. I got a dumb nickname I can use. Johnny Caviar. Taken. Real pissed. So then I thought, well, what would be my next nickname? What would be a fun nickname? So I just put in my actual name, and that was taken. Someone beat me to my name.
that's somebody's nickname. Is your
Oh,
name.
it's someone's
So,
nickname?
Yeah.
Oh, I can't be mad about that. Here, let me put in some photos. To illustrate my point, Andrew Panton taken. Johnny Caviar is taken.
Uh-huh.
I was real mad. I was like, fuck, okay, well then I need a name. And so I put in Gavin Free, and for some reason that wasn't taken.
Oh my God.
So I'm Gavin Free in Marvel Rivals.
Somebody played with you and they're like, oh my God, I played with Gavin. That's what you think.
That person is me. I keep playing games in Marvel Rivals and then looking and going, oh no, that's me. That's weird. Oh, it's me. It's just me. It's not Gavin. So I've just been playing as Gavin in Marvel.
Didn't consider Raymond Somer?
I would never want to. I've already done that once. I don't want to go there again.
Have people contacted you being like, hey man, big fan of slow-mo guys?
No, I haven't got any of those messages, unfortunately, but I felt I should disclose that I am Gavin Free.
Your reach appears to be waning, Gavin.
It happens.
Yeah.
The best part about this is Gavin can't retaliate by taking my name because I tried. Someone else has already done that.
Can you make an account online, or does it have to be in the game?
Has to be in the game, I believe.
All right. Let me fire up this game.
Yeah.
How about Ansac? That's a good one.
Oh, ASAC's available, probably. Has to be.
I got one ready to go.
You have one locked and loaded? You got one already figured out, Gavin?
I got one that I'm certainly going to try.
Oh, that's exciting.
You go with little Jeffy, Geoff?
I think I played on Millie's account, so
I see.
had whatever she was.
You've been on a real little Jeffy kick, and I like it. Whenever I see little Jeffy, makes me laugh.
Little Jeffy.
I like it too. Antonio, Truck Bro gave me that name, and I quite liked it. So I figure the older I get, the littler I'll be.
Oh.
Littler. Jesus, littler.
I got a clip.
Oh, you have a clip?
Oh no.
What's your clip?
We don't hear anything.
Yeah, are you playing?
Are you waiting?
Is
On
it
us?
coming out of some headphones?
The floor
Oh
is
my
yours.
God.
Where's this?
Hey, speaking of headphones, while he's figuring that out, let me tell you guys a funny story. A little earlier today, when we were in this podcast, we were talking. This isn't the thing I said, remind me to tell you at the end. This is something that happened after that.
Oh, okay.
I got new headphones for Christmas, and I tried to plug them in and use them today because my old ones are broken, and they needed to be charged. So I at the last second realized that I plugged my old ones in. And while I was sitting here listening to you guys talk and communicating and podcasting, the tension on the left side is loose, so the earphone falls down my head, and I was like, oh, I'm glad this is the last time I'm ever using these fucking headphones. And I went up to push it up, and then everybody disappeared, and I couldn't hear you anymore. And then I realized I have a mute button on these headphones that the 6 years I've been using them, I've never touched or known about. And I hit it in that moment on literally the last day I'll ever use these headphones. And it took me about 30 seconds to figure it out where it was and get you guys back. And you never skipped a beat. Eric was still talking when I came back in and completely got
phenomenal.
Away with it.
Thanks, man.
So Gavin, how's that 1%
Gavin, you got
lifestyle
that clip
treating
or
you?
what? Yeah.
Oh, I seem to have recorded a clip that has no sound.
Oh my God.
Dude, you got to open more than your windows, I think. I don't know.
Let me see if I have any other headphone stories to vamp with.
I'm just going to restart my phone because I swear it had sound because I trimmed it. I trimmed it to the sound.
You trimmed it to the sound.
Unless I trimmed out the sound.
Can we know what it's from?
Would you say that trimming was editing?
Yeah, big time. A little edit.
I feel like I've missed the whole editing thing. I keep seeing referenced. I guess I'll have to watch the VOD.
I don't think it was even in it. I think it was before we started, mainly, wasn't it?
A lot of it was before we started. We had a fight before it started, and then we had the editing fight, I think, near the last quarter of it.
The fight before was about syncing because we started and then someone interrupted. So we missed the 2-1. And so we resynced, and Gavin says, we already have all the numbers. You don't need more numbers or whatever.
Well, because I'd already synced to the audio.
You had. We hadn't.
No, right. But why would I do it?
Right.
Why would I be on it twice?
Because you weren't synced with us properly. You
You
were for 3 numbers, but not the 2-1. 2-1 is where you come in, so you had 3, and that's it. We're having this fight again.
It's like it's Friday again.
I think I'm on Gavin's side in this, actually.
How?
No.
How are you on Gavin's side in this? If Nick is the one who's editing, if Nick is the one who's editing, and he needs us to sync. I don't know how you could not be on Nick's side.
Because I synced to
We
Nick
just
3.
did it for this show.
It's like let me clarify. If Nick is the editor, whatever Nick says goes, hands down. Whatever works for Nick's workflow is what we do because Nick is the one editing it, and he's the boss hog of that operation.
That's fair. Hey, Nick, can you go ahead and write defend yourself as one of your notes?
But what Gavin is saying is, I think, correct. You could still sync it up just fine. You just wouldn't sync them all together at the same time.
Then Nick was having frame rate problems, and I was doing a backup recording of my screen.
Yeah.
And I said, oh, I might have to use my footage. And then Nick was like, oh, but then I've got to do editing. Even though he already would have had to sync to his own footage.
But I thought Eric said that. Didn't he say that? Did I say that?
Wait, did did you not say that?
I think it was Eric.
Yeah, get him, Gavin, get him.
Oh shit.
So you have a clip.
I got a clip. Anyway, here's my clip. I had the urge to film a live action bit where instead of doing the water bottle hanging from the ceiling fan challenge, I thought maybe we could tie 2 dogs to a ceiling fan and then 2 people have to blindfold eat a dog.
It's a great idea.
It's like, you know that trend where people put blindfolds on to try to dodge the water bottles? It's like the reverse of that.
Now that is quick.
God damn, dude.
I really wanted to hear it. I
It's
appreciate
even
it.
worse than I remembered it.
and I haven't cut anything out. I just trimmed the beginning and the end. There's nothing trimmed in the middle there.
That is wonderful. Thank you. I think I said I wanted to hear it. If you can bring it as a clip.
You did say that.
That was phenomenal. I was in the hills of GTA. I was trying to find something. I was looking. It's been a real GTA kick recently, and I'm having a blast.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah, how many videos did you guys record while I was gone?
4?
4,
I think
4 or
4.
5.
Yeah. Yeah, 4 or 5. I think it was 4.
Nice.
Yeah.
So a
It was-
month's worth of GTA.
Yeah. Yeah. It'll come out. I mean, come August, it'll be fucking great, man. It's really gonna.
If you guys had to guess, how many episodes in the can ahead are you in, or are we, I should say, because there's more than just the heist. How many episodes ahead are we in GTA right now?
15.
At
So
least.
like a Gears of War amount?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
probably a whole Gears playthrough amount.
Wow. We got to get that out.
We're working on it. So it's a new year, 2025. What's going to make it unique is what you fill between that front and back page. What are your goals? What's going to make 2025 a year to remember? Do you have a business idea you've always wanted to try? Maybe this is the year where you get sick of bosses and launch that company you've always dreamed of. That hurdle everyone always hits is, how can I make this happen? Let me tell you this. There's no better partner than Shopify. Shopify is how you're going to make it happen. And let me tell you how. No matter how on top of it we are, everyone has a couple of procrastination titles on the shelf that forms our life. Thankfully, we aren't determining the past. We are setting the stage for 2025. And there's never been a better time to start with Shopify. Shopify makes it simple to lead you through creating a brand, opening for business, and getting your first sale. You can focus on the joy of accomplishments and let Shopify help with the rest. Get your store up and running easily with thousands of customizable templates, no coding or design skills required. All you need to do is drag and drop. Design skills are wonderful, but people connect with feeling and connection. The tools allow you to deliver the vision in your head without the stress of having the technical know-how. Their powerful social media tools let you connect all your channels and create shoppable posts and help you sell everywhere people scroll. This is a truly game-changing functionality. To say it in the simplest of terms, Shopify is the ideal partner that helps you grow and allow you to focus on the business. What happens if you don't act now? Will you regret it? What if someone beats you to the idea? Don't kick yourself when you hear this again in a new year, because you didn't do anything now. With Shopify, your future is accessible. And what I love about Shopify is it's the platform of turning dreams into reality. It allows you to take the wheel while it confidently guides you down the best path. Established in 2025 has a nice ring to it, doesn't it? Sign up for your $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/face. all lowercase. Go to shopify.com/face to start selling with Shopify today. Shopify.com/face.
We probably have enough to just put one GTA out every Monday for the whole year.
Is that something we should consider? Like we're gonna put more out in a week?
So I wanted to talk about this with y'all in Sausage Talk because we've been planning on doing a Sausage Talk, and I think this would be a really good time to do it. I'm not saying we should table it here, but I do think there's a strong case for releasing Monday GTA.
Let's talk about it right now because I don't want to wait. I want to know kind of like because we essentially need to like just look at resources and what we need to do. But I also kind of want to know what I know the audience. I think by and large, people who are going to like leave comments are going to be like, yeah, more. But I really want to know if that's what people want is more because boy, that's a lot of stuff we're putting out in a week. It's a lot of stuff we're putting out in a week.
I think it's nice to have a regular series, especially in a game where we're not like, twiddling our thumbs for like, what should we do in GTA? We've done so much stuff that we just wanted to do already. It's so easy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm not opposed. I'm not opposed to it. I think that I love playing GTA and I love playing it with you guys. And I know there are a million other ideas that we haven't done or haven't gone back to or whatever. It's my concern is just burnout. We're putting out something almost every day, which is like that. Boy, that sounds like a really stupid complaint, but also it's a thing where that's a lot of fatigue. That's a lot to ask of an audience to like, hey, what? This is going to be an hour-long video on Monday. Lock in. Like, boy, it's going to be like a lot every Monday. No?
I completely agree that it is a lot, but I don't think it's too much. I think it probably puts us at our limit.
Okay.
And I think that the benefits we get from having, I went back and I look over comments constantly across the history of the 23 years that I've been doing this. And I've seen a consistent drumbeat that people really loved and identified strongly with having a weekly GTA series that they knew was going to be there, an anchor that they could come back to. I understand the reason that they got rid of it at Achievement Hunter at the time. Who knows if it was a good decision or a bad decision? I understand why they did it, but when I see people lament and talk about the things they missed from the past, and I'm not trying to recreate the past, I'm just trying to notice the through lines. The thing they miss the most is fucking having a Monday slot that they come to every week, and they would have the surprise and delight of maybe I don't know what the GTA thing's going to be, but I know it's going to be GTA, and I know I'm going to love it. I'm looking at it more from as a company, we're in danger of recording way more than we'll ever be able to release, and then we just have a bunch of content that sits on the shelves indefinitely until it eventually falls off the shelf and we forget about it. And I don't want to be that inefficient.
I agree. Well, and at this rate, if we don't start doing this pretty regularly, we're going to have a GTA video that's recorded in the snow that comes out in August.
Don't worry. Some of us will still have snow when others don't, so it's not a big deal.
Maybe.
How about this? There'll be snow and we'll be releasing last year's Halloween videos.
Yeah.
It'll just be next year's snow.
Looking at the calendar, if we were to put this out on Monday, if Monday is a GTA day, we have something coming out every day except Friday consistently. And Friday's the day that we stream.
Oh yeah.
I think that's good. And maybe if people get sick of us, we just dial it back.
Yeah, we can always dial it back if we're giving people too much. But I also think that we don't have to, not every regulation listener or comment leaver has to watch or listen to every single thing we do. I'd like to not make so much content that they can't if they choose to, because that definitely happened eventually at Rooster Teeth. Mm-hmm. But I know there's probably a lot of people that listen to the podcast that don't give a shit about GTA and will never watch that video regardless.
Yeah, of course.
It's not for them. But for the people that love it, and I think it's just I go back and I look at the numbers, but not just the numbers on our regulation stuff that's in GTA, just the enthusiasm behind it. Mm-hmm. And I feel like we could better serve our audience with a GTA video.
And I think especially for you and me, Geoff, there's certain nostalgia that the audience already has for GTA, but I also feel it playing it again.
Oh my God, dude. You and me both. Do you know what I did all day this morning when I was on the plane? I just watched TikToks of Easter eggs and secret locations in GTA 5. For fucking 2.5 hours on the plane, I just watched TikToks of GTA 5. And I didn't even mean to. I just got sucked in. And at some point, I was just watching it as a fan and not as, we should do that. We should do that. It's just, there's so much There's so much in that playground.
I'm going to say something for and against this. Against it, the main hurdle for doing this right now is just editorial workload. We would have to figure that out on the back end.
Yeah, definitely. Absolutely.
As far as for it, our motivations are different than they were when you guys were doing this for Achievement Hunter. Like,
100%.
because of how we're set up, we're in a very lucky position where we don't really care necessarily. Like, obviously, views on YouTube are awesome. Love that people watch stuff and whatnot, but we're not dependent on that, and we're not making it because we're dependent on that. So if we ever got sick of GTA, we could just end GTA for whatever time and then just release different videos in that Monday slot.
Totally true. And also, there is a danger the way we're going. If we don't start putting this stuff out now, we're going to have 6 months of GTA 5 videos to put out after GTA 6 comes out.
Yeah, we got to start dumping the bucket out.
I'm not worried
about
GTA 6
that.
isn't. No.
I'm not worried about that specifically, but I understand the sentiment.
But I think that my GTA 6 joke aside, I think that Andrew does hit on a point, and when I'm looking at it, we're playing GTA right now because we're desperate to play GTA right now. I get FOMO. I don't get FOMO. I'm not a FOMO-y kind of guy, but when I do get it, it's you guys playing GTA. And when I get to play GTA with you guys, I have the most fucking fun. And I think that that's the difference. When we were working, and not to compare everything to Achievement Hunter, but it is the previous job where we did mostly the exact same thing. There were very, very rare moments in the history of Achievement Hunter when we would stop recording a game and then immediately start again with that game because we couldn't stop playing it. Mm-hmm. Right? That very rarely happened, right, Gavin? We were always on to the next thing. There was very rarely a moment when we were like, we're having too much fun to stop. We got to keep rolling. Who cares about the schedule? Who cares about what else we got to do? We're going to heist for the next 5 hours. That just didn't happen at that place. And it's happening here because of how much fun we're having. And I think that's supposed to be the point of it, you know?
Yeah, big time.
I think about when I visited a few times, like I know I've been in the office where like Sarah Weems is like, we need 3 more GTAs. And to now live in a world where we have like 20 GTAs in the back. It's so funny. I laugh about it all the time just thinking about it.
Weems would love to work for us now.
Yeah.
And the nice thing about having 20 GTAs in the bag is if the bag ever starts to shrink and we see ourselves not filling it up, we know to throw the bag away.
Yeah.
We don't have to have it, we don't have to do the Sarah Weems thing. We could just fucking recycle the bag.
That's what I'm saying with
bin the bag.
The views.
Bin the bag.
Just fill the bag with different things.
Okay. We'll look at, I want to know what the audience thinks though. Like I really want to I really do want to hear like both sides of this from people. Like if there's a for and against, because I want to play GTA all day. We played GTA before we started taping this. Like we played it so much today and I want to keep playing GTA. I love it. But I just don't want to burn people out when they feel obligated to watch like this thing or whatever. I just want to hear from people and like how they're feeling about this. Cause it is a big addition. We need to bolster editorial. It's something we have to schedule. Like we have to plan how these things come out. Like there's more to it than just like, we did one, here it is, obviously. But I want to hear from the audience about what they think of what would be GTA Monday.
Can I jump in real fast and alleviate a concern I know the audience is going to bring up immediately as a reason against? They're going to say, essentially, they're going to reword what you just said, but put it back at us and say, we just don't want you guys to get burned out. We just don't want you guys to get burned out doing too much. There's no danger of us getting burned out in GTA. If we stopped today, you would have GTA videos through May, probably.
Yeah, that's absolutely true. And if you guys, I mean, I think saying publicly is very important that if you guys are good with when we don't have the gas for it anymore, we just turn off that Monday slot and we don't do it there, then I'm fine with it. That is my other concern, is that now we have an obligation and I don't want to be obligated to 6 days a week plus 1 day of streaming of churning this stuff out if we're not feeling it. I'm definitely feeling it right now. Like I want to keep doing it, but as long as we're really upfront about that and going into it thinking that way, then I'm fine.
It's not a Monday forever slot. It's a Monday GTA, potentially. It's a Monday GTA slot until we get tired of GTA, and then the slot goes away. We don't have to then suddenly fill it with Minecraft or 7 Days to Die or whatever the next game is.
Or we could if we wanted to.
That's true. What if we all have a button, right?
Mhm.
And when you're sick of GTA, you press the button. And when all 5 buttons have been pressed, it alerts us that we should stop playing GTA.
So as long as one person's having fun while the other 4 are miserable.
No, that doesn't work with us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because Geoff would never hit the. If Geoff was the only one who hadn't hit the button, Geoff would get more joy from knowing that we don't want to play GTA. He would.
Man.
It would fuel him.
well,
He
what
would
if-
never hit it.
I have never felt more seen in my entire life than right now by Andrew. Thank you, Andrew. I'll take that as a
welcome,
huge
Geoff.
compliment.
You're either pressing it first or you're
Yes.
never fucking touching that button.
Jeff can even know that all 4 other buttons are pressed, and he still wouldn't press it.
You never press it.
I would-
He's just never hitting that button.
I tried to quit Rooster Teeth for like 7 years. I couldn't press the button.
I think that's fine. I think as long as we're upfront about that, and if we just go like, okay, we're done with this, then we're done with it, then that's fine. I don't want people to feel married to a thing because we've put this thing on like a day. That being said, I want to keep playing GTA. I don't want to stop playing GTA.
Yeah.
We should play more GTA right now instead of doing this. Like that's
I wanna do everything.
That's how I feel.
Yeah.
Or we mail a button to everyone in the audience. And when every single person has pressed their button,
That's a lot of that's a lot of buttons, man.
They can just leave a comment.
Yeah, they can press it digitally.
oh yeah, it's built in. Eric, I'm pretty offended by your voice memo that you sent me in the middle of this, by the way.
Well, I mean, I think it's probably a 7.5 now.
Okay, this was the voice memo he sent.
Hey man, I think this is a 6.5 out of 10 so far.
Yeah.
And that
Yeah.
was about 16 minutes into the episode.
Yeah.
Let's move on from GTA. I don't want a 6.5 this episode.
Oh, no. The GTA conversation brought it up to a 7.5. The 6.5 is when Gavin didn't have his clip ready. Like, we had to talk about, like,
Didn't have
medicine.
audio.
You know what I
Well,
mean? Like,
yeah.
it was just sort of like, oh, okay, Gavin's, like, really dragging this thing down, so
In my
let's-
defense, when my phone came back on, it just played. So I don't know what was wrong with it.
Is that in your defense? Make another note. You successfully defended myself.
Andrew, I'm ready to defend myself for the original defense.
I was never gonna bring that up. I said that
Why'd you
just
write
to
it down
get.
as a note?
No, okay. So this is what I did. We filmed the video, and I thought I'm just gonna have some fun for myself right now. I'm going to verbally say, put down as a note for the podcast that Gavin caused a delay, and then he'll just be thinking about having to defend that between now and then, this entire time. That was never a real thing. If you want, I can bring it up. If you want, I can talk about it. But I had no
think we
intent
just-
to bring it up.
We know each other too well.
Well, I think now you have to talk about it.
Wow. What a mind game.
Well, it went against me ultimately in the end, which is why I thought I don't, necessarily mind not talking about this. But we're filming something, and Gavin didn't have the game. He showed up late to begin with because of a bathroom issue, which I
Yeah,
understand.
I texted him at 5 minutes too, and I was like, look, I've just started a poo, and I can tell it's going to go long.
So he's late, and then we went to film, and he's like, "Yeah, I don't have the game. Where's the game?" And then I had to walk him through how to install the game, and then it took about 20 minutes to get it installed, and then none of his setup worked. So then it was another 30 minutes.
What game
was-
is this?
Hitman 3.
Hitman 3, which I couldn't figure out. I was like, wait, which? Because they did that thing where there's like Hitman 1, Hitman 2, Hitman 3, Hitman World of Assassination, Hitman World of Assassination for X and S, Hitman 3 for X and S. It's like, which goddamn Hitman am I playing? And then I realized when I swapped my 1 terabyte little memory expansion for the 2 terabyte one, I guess I just didn't download it again. But I couldn't figure it out because I know I didn't delete it. I must have just unplugged it. So it took like 12 minutes to install again.
That was the most confusing part of this is they just added Jean-Claude Van Damme as a target in the game. And we did this when Conor McGregor was added, where we both filmed because you only get one shot at it essentially to complete the mission.
So after filling time, just chatting shit for like it was like 15, 20 minutes in the end after all my poo and all that. We're just waiting for my download to finish. And eventually I have it. I get the DLC in. It's all ready to go. And Andrew says, do you want to go first or shall I?
And then Gavin correctly brought up, why didn't I just go while we were waiting instead of killing time?
I couldn't
20
believe
minutes.
it. He was
What the fuck?
he was like, oh, you're making us late. You know, you can't believe you weren't ready, all that stuff. Because that is definitely something that I bring up all the time. Like if someone's not ready, I'm like, oh wow, you only had
In my
a whole-
defense, you didn't have the game installed.
Yeah,
You were below 0 on the process.
Yeah, I agree.
If I could jump in real fast just for a second. Gavin, I've noticed that this is not the first time recently that we, or some form of us, have been held off by your poo. And I'm starting to wonder, do you have some sort of a Pavlovian response to recording with us, where like as soon as you hear the alarm on your phone that says you record in 10 minutes, you immediately have to take a nasty shit?
No, it's just like, as you know, if we're like half an hour coming up to a recording, I'm like, oh, let me quickly get a coffee. And then right before we start, I'm like, oh, the coffee poo. I keep forgetting about the coffee poo.
That's fair.
And I've also, we did that live action day, and that coincided with being the day after the night that I got back on my CPAP.
That was
there.
Fart day.
There's so many moments where we're in the middle of riffing and then Gavin just doubles over.
It was so painful. I woke up in agony. Like I couldn't bend my body. I had to, like, without bending anything, shuffle to the toilet so I could just sit and fart for like 20 minutes. And then I had to leave to go to Geoff's house. So I'm there just like trying not to guff up this Uber. I get out, I blow some out in the street before I go in. And then I couldn't get all the air out. I must have had like 2 balloons in me. So in the middle of filming, in some of those videos, you might see the camera just point to the ground occasionally. and then when I come up, Eric's about to die laughing.
You got to start recording those farts, buddy.
Oh, it's so funny. It's so fucking funny. Like, it's so not what I expect from you when we are filming. You're so dialed in. Yeah, it's at all. Oh my God. Dude, it's hilarious.
Have we ever talked about the fart match idea before, where everybody records a fart or two and then we jumble them up and then play them and see if you can guess your fart correctly?
Yeah, I think that was like an early.
That's an early idea,
That's like
right?
Really early. Yeah,
well,
yeah.
Now that Gavin's back on farting again, maybe we should look into it.
Yeah, did you like talk to a doctor about that yet, or what? Like,
I googled it and I just turned down the pressure a little bit, and it seems to be putting less into my gut hole.
Okay, so what I asked, the answer was no.
No, God, no.
Okay, cool. Just making sure. What you gave me was an Andrew answer. What I asked, you almost answered, and we sort of got something out of it. So
I don't like anything about the CPAP though, because I'm clearly, like, now that I'm dialing it in, I'm getting better sleep, and I've started having dreams. I'm dreaming again.
I don't have that. I think I might need this. I don't dream. How is that going?
The dreams are so elaborate and long. I wake up from them completely exhausted because I just spent 8 hours trying to outrun a tornado.
That sounds fun.
I think I didn't realize it, but I just wasn't dreaming, or I wasn't having dreams long enough to remember.
Huh.
The only dreams that I have or remember are nightmares. I don't remember any dreams. I only have nightmares.
Yeah. Most of them are nightmares.
I had a dream the other day that when I was in Detroit that I was fully bald, but kind of like a monk style. I just woke up one day and was like that. And so the whole dream was me trying to get a headpiece to fit on my head so nobody knew.
Oh, man.
Have you seen Mark Wahlberg in his new movie?
No. Oh, my God. Yeah, kind of like that. No, I haven't seen that.
Oh, wow.
It's funny you say that, Gavin, because I've been having a sleep thing too, where ever since I had the initial jaw problem, I feel like I'm not sleeping well. And so I had to get that fucking mouth guard that I've been sleeping with. And I just feel like I wake up a bunch in the night. And so I decided, Emily was like, you should get that Oura ring and track it. And then you can figure out, what's going on and everything. So I bought that stupid Oura ring, which I wear now. And all it does is tell me, hey, you slept great last night. If you feel tired, you're wrong. You got an 86. You got 93% rested.
Wow, dude, you got a B+. That's awesome.
And it's like, I've never had 70s. A bad night's sleep, according to the fucking Oura. And it's like, hey, congratulations. You slept great. And I'm waking up like, oh, fuck. Oh, God, I feel like shit. Why? How can I sleep? Like, who? Does a ghost come and put the ring on every night after I fall asleep? It's ridiculous.
How is your jaw stuff?
I don't know.
Oh, boy. That was a loaded answer.
I don't know. I really don't know. I don't know. It's not blinding pain or anything, but I would be lying if I said my jaw felt good or I felt comfortable all day long. And I just I'm living with it because I don't know what else to do.
I'm going to ask about Andrew's sleep because you were slacking at like 5 a.m. this morning.
Oh yeah, I'm coughing, I'm breathing bad,
right.
so
Yeah.
I'm not sleeping great, or I'm sleeping in like chunks.
You know, we don't have to film 2 GTAs in a podcast.
No, but I wanted
wake up
to.
at 4 a.m.
His aura ring said he got enough sleep.
It said I was killing it. No, I up and down. Go to sleep early, wake up 2 hours later, go to sleep, wake up 2 hours, up for a
That's
bit.
the worst.
Yeah, as soon as we finished GTA, I slept. Then I woke
really?
up and I saw that you needed to push the podcast back an hour, and I went, great, more sleep. Went back to sleep. So I'm getting my rest when I can. But yeah, it's definitely it's not fun. Not any great dreams either. Do you wake
really?
up from nightmares? I don't wake up in them anymore. Like I remember as a kid, like waking up out of them. And now it's just like, oh, this is not a great thing that's happening. And then
I
wake
woke up from one 2 nights ago where it was in the middle of an 8-hour run away from a tornado dream. And I'd finally sought shelter in this basement, and I was sat in an armchair. And then all of a sudden I heard like the wind was coming in. And then the chair started to fold me in half. It started to crush me.
Oh my
God.
God.
I woke up in bed in the position I got crushed in. I was all like fetal, and my CPAP had come off and was blowing air into my face. And it was like the dream just ended exactly how I was in real life.
Do you think the tornado's the CPAP machine?
Oh, maybe. It's
Just the air?
Does it make a lot of sound?
Well, it does when it kind of comes loose.
So the CPAP is the tornado machine. Do you think maybe Dorothy was on a CPAP and that's how Wizard of Oz happened?
I think so.
Someone's got to make an edit where she wakes up at the end of the movie and pulls like a nose thing off her face.
She got the CPAP on and her aura ring or whatever. She's like, 92. Good work.
And then she bends over and farts for like 5 minutes straight.
Andrew, you don't get to see it, but when Gavin bends over and farts out of nowhere, it's like when a dog needs to like scratch his ass on the carpet. It's just very sudden. It's so funny.
He makes a very like desperate Minji face too. It's not good.
So painful.
Hey, while I was out of town for the holidays, I was out of town for the last week or so up in Detroit. And by the way, fucking shout out to Detroit. What an awesome place. But I did something for us while I was up there.
Oh.
I was saying when I came in today, I was like, I hope you guys got a lot of stories and stuff because I really don't have anything on my notes. And Eric was saying, I thought you'd have a ton from your vacation. Nothing eventful happened other than I went to an awesome hockey game, and I have some opinions about hockey that I can share at any point in the future. But what I did do was I took a couple of days and I went to a coffee shop and I sat down with all of my notes from the year. And a few weeks ago, Eric very kindly made a Google Doc for us that was like an ideas list. And I went and I wrote down and filled out every idea I've had in the last year that we haven't done that I think is worth doing, and just populated that list for us. And so I put up, I think, 22 ideas. Most of it's stuff you guys know. Some of it's not. But anyway, that was like the whole focus of my time in Detroit was just consolidating ideas and trying to get ready for us in 2025. So I encourage you all to do the same and put any ideas that are missed or that you have on the sheet as well so that we can start prioritizing and dive in. I'm really excited to film a lot of this stuff.
Yeah, I saw Emily's story about how you were scheming.
Oh, yeah.
Did you lose any of the ideas to your handwriting, or was it always typed the whole time?
Type the whole time, baby.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah. I don't understand some of my notes sometimes, but I was able to extrapolate.
It's fun, though, sometimes when you don't understand your notes. You just look at it and go like, what the fuck am I trying to convey here?
Yeah, bog roll folders.
And then sometimes you'll piece it together later. It's great. We still don't know what bog roll folders is, as you said, yeah.
Yeah.
It's got to be
Deep
about
mystery.
like who does the wad and who does the fold, but I don't know why it was a note.
Oh,
Maybe you flipped.
Yeah. Oh, that's good. I had always taken it as keeping a folder in your bathroom where you keep extra toilet paper.
Like I have like an inventory list on a clipboard.
like you have you run out of like regular rolls of toilet paper, but don't worry, I have this folder where I've been keeping extra. I don't know why that's the way that I understood bog roll folders.
Should we make bog roll folders?
That's not good. It's practical.
And they come with their emergency bog roll. You have that's interesting.
like you wouldn't have to open the door when people go like, oh my God, I'm out of toilet paper. Can you pass me some toilet paper? Folder. Yeah, you just let me get you the folder and you slide it right under the door instead of having to open it and smell the stink that they are creating. So
does it look like a folder full of papers and stuff, but it's just very well folded in the folder.
Yeah, it's yeah.
I know exactly what it should look like.
Like stealth bog roll. Like it doesn't look like that's what it is.
Yeah.
It should look like this classic American folder that kids had in school. Let me post it here. Except it's 3 different dudes action shitting in different poses.
That's pretty good.
And inside, would it just be like sheets of toilet paper?
Oh, yeah, it'd just be like sheets of toilet paper.
That's perfect because you could keep those. You would keep that in like a drawer or a filing cabinet, so that when you've truly run out of toilet paper, and you've gone to every bathroom, you're like, shit, I can't believe it. We got to go to the store. Then you go to the bog roll folder that you know is in the filing cabinet.
Absolutely.
The thing that worries me about Geoff's is that it makes me feel like I have schoolwork due. So, and the good thing about a bog roll folder is that you can customize it as you see fit. I think this would be mine. I would go more of a Lisa Frank sort of vibe. Yeah. I think doing that's full of toilet paper.
I think there's a documentary on Lisa Frank I saw the other day. I want to watch.
Really?
Yeah, there's something about Lisa Frank was worth documenting, I guess. I don't know if it's a scam or hubris or who knows.
Maybe I should get in the lab and see if I can condense an entire toilet paper roll to fit in one of those unsuspectingly.
Ooh.
Yeah. Or how much you can. That's
Imagine you're out of toilet paper and somebody goes, don't worry, man, I got you. And they slide this underneath. It's a shark on rollerblades and it says radical.
And he has a mohawk.
Yeah. Oh, dude.
And Oakley razor blades.
Yeah, wouldn't that be awesome?
I think it's perfect because it's not only is it stealth and it's like an emergency ration, it will slide perfectly under a door.
What if it's pretty much that image? We change it enough so that we're not ripping off whatever that artist is, but then behind him is the toilet.
So there's just hints to it.
Like he's blasting off from the toilet.
Oh, he's definitely blasting off. Hell yeah.
I love it.
I like this. See, we figured out what bog roll folders
we
is.
We did it. Certainly did not, but I put a theory down in the Slack the other day that I want to put out to the audience and see if there's agreement for.
Okay.
I believe that Mouse Hunt is genuinely the 3rd best Home Alone movie.
Hell yeah.
Pretty good theory.
Well, extrapolate.
Yeah.
Well, the mouse is Kevin McAllister.
Okay.
Lee Evans and Nathan Lane are the sticky bandits, getting up to all kinds of trouble, traps and shit. It's better than Home Alone 3, 4, and 5.
Yeah.
I have to watch it again. I haven't seen it since God knows when.
If any of us have to watch Mouse Hunt, we should probably make it a Falcon event, right?
Yeah, we should all. If one has to watch it, we should all have to watch it.
No, and again, to be clear, nobody has to watch it. No reason we have to do that.
It's gotta be a step up from Snow Day.
I didn't hate Snow Day. The whole next day I was telling people about how much fun I had watching Snow Day because it was 91. It was 91 minutes.
I didn't hate it either, but that's what I'm saying. It's got to be better than that even, and so it's got to be like an A+ because Snow Day was quite enjoyable.
Let me see how long Mouse Hunt is.
That's how I feel about.
Are you looking, or do you want me to?
Mouse Hunt. Of you saying you haven't seen like Home Alone 3 or whatever, Mouse Hunt in a while. I have remembered Home Alone 3 and 4 and 5. Like I know I've seen those, and the bar is low on those. You liked Home Alone 5 a lot more than I did, though.
I did. I thought it was charming.
Yeah, I didn't personally like it at all. So I think maybe my bar is lower for clearing than yours for Mouse Hunt, being the 3rd best.
We'll have to watch and find out.
How long is Mouse Hunt?
98 minutes.
98, yeah, that's perfect.
God, that's awesome. God, that's just when you think it gets going, it's done. That's awesome.
The only way it could be better if it was 89 minutes, but 98's good too.
Yeah, I agree with you. I agree with you.
It's perfect. Hell yeah.
If I see a movie that is less than 90 minutes, I know it's bad in a way that's fun. If they can't reach 90 minutes, it's just there's nothing there.
So right.
When I was a kid, my grandparents subscribed to this Reader's Digest condensed book series, and you would just get like books that were cut down, but you would get most of the book. They would just cut out all the faff, I guess.
What's the point of that?
I always thought same, dude. I always thought that was such a fucking lame way to read. I was just like, ew. But now that I want that for movies. I want the 80-minute cut of I want to see the 80-minute cut of Interstellar. Then I'll watch it.
It's art though. It's like it completely destroys it. It's like, what if the Mona Lisa was 80% painted? Like, why would you want to see that?
I don't want to see it 100% painted.
Yeah, that's true. And that's what Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is. It's 88 minutes long, and that might as well be 80% done. That's insane. It's under 90 minutes. A movie under 90 minutes. Oh, that's so great. That's Geoff, I'm with you. Condense everything. Let's get going, man.
I watched some of the Vanilla Ice movie while I was on vacation too. I'd never seen it. Cold as Ice.
Uh-huh.
I think that's what it's called. Not good.
No.
Throw that out there.
Wow.
Yeah. Couldn't finish it, but I watched about 20
He's
minutes.
got a motorcycle, right? Like that's like his whole thing.
He and his buddies are traveling through, and then the motorcycle breaks, and they're trying to get it fixed, and then the mechanic like takes all the motorcycle apart, and they're like, it's gonna take forever to get put back together. And then Ione Sky is somehow into him, and then there's a high school dance, and she has a boyfriend, and he doesn't like Vanilla Ice, and yeah, I think Michael Gross is her dad from Family Ties, and he may or may not be involved with the mafia. I didn't hang around long enough to see how that worked out, but yeah.
Does he have one of the squarest heads in entertainment?
Oh, it's pretty square. That's a good call.
Maybe we should do a square head draft.
Do you think that's all right, how about this? Who do you think has achieved the most success from the least volume of release that then flamed out? Like Vanilla Ice was on top of the world for one song very briefly. The other day on Reddit, I had no idea. This is how popular he was. He briefly dated Madonna.
Yeah.
Like at the height of his career, he was dating Madonna. And now he's like a professional jet skier, I think.
Is he really?
I think he was for a while.
He
Or
does
was
like
trying to
house
be.
renovation shit.
Yeah, he does house renovation stuff as well. To
Dang.
go from like, nobody's ever heard of him to being dangled off a building by Suge Knight to dating Madonna to being a punchline, essentially, for a lot of people.
Yeah, but people still he's still in popular culture.
Of course. Yeah.
I think Kevin Federline probably has to be up there.
That's another
Because
one.
he didn't even do anything. He didn't have a song. Well, he had a song called Popo Zao, but he didn't have a charting song. You know what I mean? Interesting.
Was he a backup dancer?
He was a backup dancer. That's how they met. But I think the thing that was interesting about him was that he was like, okay, I'm just going to take these kids and go raise them.
Sure.
And I think that's what he did after he couldn't like parlay his divorce from Britney into any more like, I don't know, pop culture success. He just became a dad from everything I can tell and just devoted himself to raising the kids. That's just shit I've read on celebrity gossip. I don't know how true that is, but
For me, it's Talk to a Girl. I feel like
Oh, that's pretty good. Yeah.
fame for like least
even
amount
better.
of.
Mm-hmm.
Even
It's-
better.
She said a quote in somebody else's video, and then became a thing.
And then became a crypto scammer.
Yes.
Well, you know, some of us have our money tied up in that crypto and we're looking for it to kind of turn around and get back to where it was before. So let's not, scammer is such a strong word. Let's.
Scam is,
I say it's a crypto wait and seer. That's how I feel.
That's a crypto jury still out.
Yeah. Well, crypto rug is still exactly where it was and nobody pulled it, not even once.
Here's the thing about a rug. You can pull it and then you can put it back. That's how
You
rugs
just
work.
put that
I
rug
understand.
right back. That's the point of a rug. It's not
You
a carpet,
cover
it's a
things
rug.
up.
Put it back. Put the
Oh,
rug
no, wait.
back. Hot
Not
to a
cover
girl,
things
put the
up.
rug back.
She's gonna put this is clean. The rug isn't permanently gone. It's just being cleaned. It's being.
Have you ever
pressed.
seen those clips of events where there's like a red carpet and for some reason a car pulls up and like breaks on it and everyone on the carpet goes flying?
I've never seen a clip of that outside of like a movie. I've never seen
yeah,
that
it
happen
happens.
in real life.
People keep trying to put cars on rugs and stuff.
people keep trying to put cars
on rugs and stuff.
Or like long
And
red
people-
carpets on
people
stages and
keep-
things.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant like people are just doing this.
Yeah, they're not doing it for a laugh. They're just like, oh, let's unveil this car. Look at it. And then it drives off and everyone goes flying.
You know the cool thing about a rug? It could conceal a bog roll folder pretty easily and nobody would ever know.
Dude.
Wow.
Maybe if you've got a big household, the bog roll folder quilt comes into play.
Speaking of movies, bad movies especially, are there any movies that you wish you watched before you realized movies could be bad?
Oh, wait. What do you mean? Before you realize
When
movies
you're
can be bad.
so when you're younger, I think we've talked about this before. Like as a kid, there's definitely a point in my life where I was watching media and content, and none of it was bad. It was all good. Like I couldn't process it being bad.
I wish I could go back and enjoy certain movies in the way I did when I was young. Like,
Interesting.
the first movie that comes to mind is a movie called The Explorers
Okay.
with, God, I think it had what's his face? He's dead now. River Phoenix in it, I think was the main character. And it's about some kids who build a spaceship in their backyard and they go to space. And then they find out that the
sounds
aliens
awesome.
that summoned them were kids on a joyride, like alien kids on a joyride. And I love that movie. I saw, and I think that's, what's his face? Mikey from The Goonies as well in there. And that's Ethan Hawke, I think is the other kid.
Oh, wow.
As well. It's a pretty star-studded cast. But I saw it a couple years ago and it's reprehensibly bad. But when I was a kid, I watched it only 3 times and it was magic.
That sounds great. I've been watching, the new way I watch movies is I'll think of an actor that I'm interested in, or like they'll come up in thought, and I'll search their name across every streaming service I have, and then I'll just lock into watching every movie of theirs I haven't seen that's available on that service. And I'm doing that with Tom Cruise at the moment, and I've never fully seen Cocktail. And I know Cocktail's supposed to be
it's
terrible.
Dog
Oh
shit.
no, that.
But
movie's,
as a
like, not good at
kid,
all.
it is a film I saw on TV a few times. I remember thinking, oh, this is a good movie because everybody likes him in the movie from what I've seen. It's a movie where everyone is like, this guy's really cool. Everything he's doing is really cool. So as a small child, I went, oh, this is really cool. And now I'm going to have to watch this as an adult based on what I'm doing. And I just know it's going to be dreadful.
Let me know how that goes, because I also remember it being a very cool movie where he flipped bottles in the air and he smiled and everybody liked him. And he was like a cool dude.
So it's going to be delayed because I started it last night and then realized that the streaming service it was on only has it available in French, which is a very annoying problem. It's a
Subtitles.
thing that happens. No, they're only French as well. They
How's your
only
French?
God.
not good.
Mm.
Can't consume it. I was actually, I started it fully paused and I was like, oh, the subtitles aren't working. And then it was a bunch of French words and I went, oh, fuck, it's one of these. Because Rocky 5, it's the same thing where I've watched all the Rocky movies but 5, because Rocky 5 for some reason is only available in French on this streaming service. So I just can't see it.
Have you tried buying the movie, the disc?
Oh yeah.
I'm trying to be very mindful of money at the moment. I'm trying to be
fair.
fully responsible. So I'm just streaming whatever I can. So it's a thing where I see like, oh, it's part of my cable bundle, the streaming service. Great, I'll watch it. And then it's just French only. So instead I watched Risky Business last night because I couldn't
Good
watch.
movie.
It's a stressful movie.
Yeah.
I thought it was supposed to be just a comedy. And I spent most of it going, I don't really find this funny. I just am incredibly stressed by everything happening.
It's kind of a dark film.
Yeah, but I don't think within the film it's viewed that way.
Yeah.
I think it's pretty lighthearted in tone.
Isn't that Joe Pantoliano in it?
It is.
Yeah, Joey Pants in Risky Business.
I'm trying to go. I haven't seen that movie in a long time, but like Rebecca De Mornay is the love interest, and she's like is she a escort or something?
Yes.
Yeah.
She's an escort that keeps stealing from him when he leaves, because he leaves her at her house unattended, and then she'll take something and leave.
And his parents are out of town the whole time, right?
Yeah, the whole thing is that his parents are out of town, and he's trying to get a crystal egg back that she stole before they get home, and then things escalate.
Right.
It has his best friend. I don't remember his name, but he's an actor that I've always thought looks kind of odd. He has kind of an odd appearance, and I've never seen him from this era of film, and he looks relatively normal in this. I went, wow, this is the most normal I've seen this guy look.
Who I'm looking
Which
at
guy?
He plays his best friend in the movie. I don't remember his real acting name.
Is it Curtis Armstrong?
I
Or
think
Bronson
so.
Pinchot? Curtis Armstrong,
sounds
Booger
right.
from Revenge of the Nerds.
Curtis Armstrong in Risky Business is the most normal I think I've ever seen Curtis Armstrong look.
Yeah.
And that's typically seeing him in movies from the 2000s. I've never seen him from like a 80s movie.
Yeah, he was in Better Off Dead and One Crazy Summer. He was in like every John Cusack like teen comedy
Sure.
in the 80s.
He is in a category of actor for me that is like Ron Howard's brother, Clint Howard. Like it's a group of the guy from Princess Bride who was like, meow,
Yeah.
and I drink the whatever. That was like Nick doing the voice, but it was funny because watching this movie, Geoff, I couldn't tell if it was supposed to be funny or if it was just stressful, like the tone of it, because it's 80s. It's very 80s humor, I think.
Yeah, I think it was probably funnier in the 80s than it is now in 2025 for sure. Hey, Andrew, that reminds me, you and I have a movie date we need to schedule pretty soon because I watched
Yes.
Terminator Genesis, and now you and I are going to watch Dark Fate together,
Oh, I can't wait.
and I can complete my Terminator movie watch through.
I am so excited.
By the way, that fucking franchise. So they did Terminator 1 and then Terminator 2. And then they made Terminator 3, right? And then after Terminator 3, they decided to relaunch the series. They did a soft reboot with Terminator Salvation, okay? That
Mhm.
movie sucked. So they rebooted the series again
Yep.
and threw all of that away to make Terminator Genesis. They hated that movie so much that they threw all of that away and did another full reboot with Dark Fate. Has any other film had 3 reboots in a row, back to back to back? Any franchise? That's
Ooh.
crazy.
Jurassic? No.
No.
Can you imagine though if James Cameron just decided I'm going to make Terminator 3, and it just
Fuck
goes-
all the
it just-
others.
Yeah, it just continues from where 2 left off.
I think it'd be awesome.
Oh, Halloween did that.
Oh yeah, Halloween
Halloween.
reboots a lot. I think that if you make a sequel, you shouldn't be allowed to be able to go back and be like, well, that one didn't happen and we're writing it out of the canon. I don't think you should be allowed to do that.
You certainly shouldn't be able to do it every 2 years with a major theatrical release.
Yeah, I'm so sick of the producer interview or whatever that's like, actually, hey guys, that last one, sorry, but this one's for the fans. And you're like, you made the last one. This is gonna suck shit also. And it does every time. Awful, terrible. God.
I guess it would be similar as like, I don't know who the fuck is the Joker or Batman or Superman anymore. Every time I look at
Sure.
it, it's a different actor. Like I don't know who is supposed to be Batman right now. Is it Robert Pattinson? Who's supposed to be Superman? Because I saw a Superman trailer for the new James Gunn movie, and it's definitely not what's his face. It's somebody else.
It's a
I'm so
different
confused by it all.
Cavill's out.
Cavill
And
is
the,
out.
and the guy from Twisters is in.
Oh yeah, it's the guy that's like wearing the sunglasses. He's on like the bad side, and he's like, he wears like the polo the whole time or whatever. That's Superman.
The guy who was like her friend, and then he went to the dark side.
Not him. The guy that's with him.
With him. Okay.
Yeah, his homie in that part. Yeah, that's Superman. Weird, very weird.
This kind of reminded me of a thought I had this morning about Terminator. Terminator has some great movies. It feels like properties, TV shows or movies can kind of take flight based off of one incredibly well done thing, and then they just coast. They can just coast on mediocrity for a long time. And I couldn't think of a show that is more that than Dexter. So they're doing a new Dexter show right now that's like a reboot of, not even a reboot, it's like a prequel series. And it just looks like everybody is cosplaying as their favorite Dexter characters.
Yeah.
Because it's them all younger. Like, it's just ridiculous. And I think Dexter has like 1.5 good seasons of show, but they keep making more Dexter, and they're doing another season of Dexter after that. Like they set up, I guess, spoilers, whoever cares. And this is sort of part of my thought of, is there anybody who is watching Dexter now for the first time being like, I gotta watch Dexter? Like, it has to just all be people that watched it as it was airing. Like, I feel stuck where I'm probably going to watch this Dexter prequel show because I've seen all the other seasons of Dexter.
So you're wondering who all the Dexter heads out there that are clamoring for more Dexter?
It's just like they killed him in the most recent season, and then the actor was like, you know what? I had fun doing that. Can we bring him back? And so then this show, they're doing a prequel where they explain, it is both a prequel and an explanation for how he didn't die in the last season. And they scrapped where they were going because they set it up to be like his kid was going to be the new star of a spinoff. And they canceled that so they can just do more Dexter. But it's just like, who is watching this?
I hate it with prequels where they think like, oh, we need to explain every single thing about this character. Yeah. We need the origin of everything to have like it's like, what's your name? Han. Oh, you with anyone? No. Okay, Solo then. It's like, oh, is half the people in the room Solo now?
Yeah, it's so Gavin,
Why
you're so
would you
fucking
explain
right.
that? Why can't it just be his name?
Yep. Who cares? It just feels like they're filling time, but then also movies are 2 hours and 40 minutes. And it's like, why take this part out? You shot it. You shouldn't have shot it. That's your mistake. Take this out.
Like, it makes sense if there's like a thing. It's like, oh, if a character has a scar, maybe you could show that. Or if he has like a certain prop or a piece of equipment that he finds. But you don't need to explain every single goddamn thing.
It becomes a problem as a viewer of like, what do I watch? In what order do I watch this now?
Yeah.
Should I be watching this first because it's before everything else? Or does it not make sense because they're assuming that you've seen the other stuff, even though this is before? Like, I hate it. I hate it so much.
I'm definitely not going to see the Dexter prequel because I fell off of Dexter in season 2, I think. But I love that they're like the way they're advertising, because I see the advertisements constantly on Hulu where it's like Christian Slater and Patrick Dempsey and Sarah Michelle Gellar and the voice of Michael C. Clarke. It's like, wow, we get his whole voice? Awesome. I was hoping to listen to him. Jesus Christ.
It made me think, I was trying to think of like, I think I have the reverse of a commitment issue where if I'm watching a show for more than one season, I'm going to ride with you. I don't care how bad it gets. I'm getting to the end. The only show I could think of that I broke up with while it was airing was The Walking Dead. I just couldn't.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I broke up with that.
I just threw in the towel after like 6 seasons.
That's not on you. That's not on you, man. That's on them. 100%.
How far did you make it?
I don't know what season this was, but it was the one where a woman is in a coffin and like zombifies herself in an attempt to kill a different character. And the finale ends with them like open the coffin to like reveal that she's being held hostage or something, and then she pops out as a zombie and is like, I didn't expect that.
Oh,
Maybe that came after.
That was the governor.
It was related to the governor.
Yeah, that was Angela.
I don't remember. Yeah,
What season would that have been?
I don't know what season that was, but that's when I stopped.
3 or 4.
What if we make the first podcast prequel? Let's make a pre-face podcast.
I
think
sort of
it's Rooster Teeth.
Oh.
I've had Gavin. I have an idea that I haven't talked to you about. That is sort of this. I've talked to
Put it
Geoff
on the
about.
idea list.
Yeah.
I need to put it.
No, he's about to say it.
Why? Okay.
No, say it.
The idea was I've been listening to old. I noticed on Spotify they had Abbott and Costello radio programming from the 40s just on Spotify. And so I've been listening to it, just being like, this is what people listen to. And it made me think of what Face would have been if it came out in the 40s, and that we should do like a 5-minute, like what Face / regulation podcast would sound like if it was set in the 1940s.
Like edit it for the 40s?
Yes. Like edit it in that style, and also like that, the way they deliver comedy where it's like sound effects and it's also like everything is set up punchline, set up punchline, set up punchline. Like it's not free flowing.
Think about movies. I think Psycho was the first movie to have a toilet flush in it. 'Cause it was
Interesting.
just like something that wasn't done. Like you don't show toilet and stuff. And then somehow we ended up with like Jackass 3 where Dave England shitting through shit in a volcano with his arsehole. I was like, the 60s to then is not a ton of time.
It's funny to listen to because it is less polished than you would assume.
Oh, because it's live, I assume?
I think it must have been because they will struggle to get words out and they also will flub sometimes. And it'll be, if they do it really bad, then they acknowledge it. And it's funny because everything else is so produced around them. And then it's just them struggling. And sometimes I assume it's all laugh track, but like they will make jokes and there will be no laugh track to the joke that was said, which makes it feel like it just didn't land or that like the timing was off for it. It's very odd, but I thought it would be funny to try to do like a regulation podcast, Abbott and Costello style, where it's just everything is set up in that way and there's sound effects. And,
I would love to see what that would sound like.
because it's weird, like reading about radio in the 40s that, you know, like you think of podcasting as a version of radio expanding, but that how much of radio at a certain time turned into television, how it went from like TV, radio, and then those shows became TV shows. And then eventually like radio programming changed and shifted and evolved into what became podcasting. But
do you think we're at a low point if you were to graph like how good stuff is over time?
what do you mean? Sorry.
Just like we're talking podcasts, we're talking about farting and
Yeah.
Do you think we as a podcaster or as a society?
just
We as a
this podcast.
Oh. I don't know. I feel like this is I was thinking this was like an 8 episode.
This is fun.
Well, why don't we wait to hear the verdict of this episode through a voice memo from Eric?
Oh.
Should be coming through anytime.
Yeah, you set that up like you had one ready.
Yeah, what happened?
I just wanted to put him on the spot.
I was really expecting you to say the audience. See what the audience thinks. And then you said voice memo from Eric.
Man. Well, can I take my 8 back? We were at an 8, but you just fucking took it down to a 7.7 max.
It's funny you say that because here is Eric's voice memo.
Honestly, 7.8.
Whoa!
But this is your fault. You fucked up.
He's right, you know.
Well,
He's right.
there you have it. It was a good episode until Gavin fucked up. Not the first episode of the year, but definitely the first episode we recorded in 2025. I have missed you all terribly. I spent the last 7 days just daydreaming about all the stuff we're going to film and record together this year and then writing it all down. I couldn't be more excited for our first full year as a company. 2025 is going to be a banner year for regulation. I'm saying it now. It's only going to get fucking wilder and dumber and more fun and more stupid and more farty and grosser, and I can't wait. And I hope the audience will be there for us as well. If you enjoyed this episode, please tell a friend or a coworker, maybe somebody who used to listen to Rooster Teeth who doesn't know that we have a podcast somehow, because I still keep running into people constantly that are like, oh, what's regulation? I thought you were done. Like, no, I didn't die. We're still making stuff. Check it out. We'd love for you to come along for the ride, and it's going to be a bumpy, gross, fun ride. 5 stars, rate and review. Bye-bye.
Do we need to tail sync or no?
Yeah, you definitely do. That's the other thing. I said, remind me to tell you something.
Oh, that's right.
We did that whole thing. I zoned out. I didn't actually. I said one.
fucker.
I said one, but I'm not sure I got it right. So we should definitely
That's
tail
better
sync.
than 3. That's better than 3. Gavin.